welcome to, or welcome back to 4F Beauty. When will I be YouTube famous? I don't know. Don't know. But in today's video, I am using this new palette from Revolution, which they've done in conjunction with a Polish beauty blogger called Maxine. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce her surname and embarrass myself by modelling it. Maxine has done this Beauty Legacy palette, which has got eyeshadows, contour, blush and highlight all in this one palette. So if you want to see what my thoughts are on this, how well it blended and how I achieved this look today, you are in exactly the right place. Don't go anywhere, because here it comes. I think I need to tie this up before I get started. Hey, welcome back from the intro. As you can see, I've got basics done on my face already. I'm using Beauty Bakery Cake Mix. That is my new #1 foundation. Now I've finally cracked the best way to apply it on my skin. I just love it. I think I've worn it pretty much every day since I got it. I know I'm going to have to use some of my other foundations because I still need to do foundation reviews for you, but I'm just loving this one at the moment. The concealer I used is Colourpop No Filter, combination of shade Fair 02 and what was previously Light 15. I'm not sure what that is now. The only real difference between Light 5 and Light 15 is not the actual, this is the previous colourings, it's not the actual depth of colour, it's the undertone. 5 is yellow undertoned, 15 was pink undertoned. I set it with Coty Airspun in translucent extra coverage, and if you're wondering why I've got the elastic band around it, if you've never used Coty, this is just a slide on and off lid, and you get your money's worth with this. This is filled to the brim. So that elastic band is on it because, knowing what a klutz I am, I'm going to end up with Coty Airspun all over my floor if I don't. Used my little sample of the Benefit Goof Proof Brow Pencil on my brows again, because today there's no other base products on, because today it's a new kind of all-in-one travel palette that Revolution have done with a Polish beauty guru called Maxine. I'm not even going to try and attempt her surname and embarrass myself and upset her by pronouncing it incorrectly, but she's Maxine. The box and the actual palette themselves have the same artwork on, and you get a nice mirror. And when you open it up, you've got, there we go, I'm trying to get it so you can actually see them, bronzer, blush, highlight, and then all these different options for eyeshadows. So thought we'd give them a bit of a go. Right, I'm going to pause you for just a minute while I do swatches, because if I do them up like this I end up having to take a ridiculously long break. So I'm going to pause you just briefly while I do the swatches, and I will be straight back. Hey, I'm back. As you can see, I'm fully swatched up. I'm going to put a picture on the screen now, and starting from my wrist on the left, I'm starting with the top row of shadows. I don't know if you can even see Canvas, it's so light on me, it's so close to my skin tone. Canvas, Ash and Brick, and the next row Crystal, Copper and Petal, and the bottom row Orchid, Smoke and Night. And then obviously closest to my elbow I've got the 3 face products, which is the Grand Tan Bronzer, Love's Hue Blush and Pure Glow Highlighter. Right, Hello, I'm back again. Right, I am now going to attempt to use this palette and produce a really nice look for you. So let's zoom you in a wee bit. Not too much, because I've got to do base products first. So let's go into this. Okay, it does kick up quite a bit in the pan there, as you can see. So tap off. That's actually quite a nice shade, it's not too orange. You could almost use this as a contour actually. Should you wish. That's actually a really, really nice shade. All too often when they do combined palettes like this, like the Tarte Graveyard Girl one, I have to go so lightly in the bronzer because obviously they want it to work for as many skin tones as possible. So normally it's a wee bit dark for me. But this one doesn't go on too dark at all. But I did try when I was doing the swatches, it does actually build up. So, I mean, obviously it's not going to work for the deepest of skin tones, but it would certainly build up and be okay on, you know, up to probably a medium skin tone, I'd say it'd work on. But obviously I am super, super pale. And it's not too dark for me, so long as I tap off. So that's awesome. As you can see. Right, now let's try this blusher. Yeah, the blush kicks up as well, so tap off. Oh, that's actually a really nice shade. Kind of, it's not bright enough to be called peach, it's sort of almost like a salmon-y peach. I really like this. This is a really nice, shade. I like that a lot. Ooh. What do you think? Right, let's zoom in a little bit more. I say a little bit more, and obviously I mean a lot. And let's have a go with the eyeshadows. Now, as you know, although with the Pastel Sleek palette, I didn't set my concealer on my eyes because I wanted the colour to really pick up as much as possible. Because these are deeper colours, I have already set it with the coating, and as always, as I always say, powders from the same palette always work best on themselves. So I'm just going to use, because canvas is, you know, pretty close to my natural skin tone, just a little bit lighter. I'm just going to run that all over the lid, right up to the brow, just to make it a little bit easier and to give these shadows the best chance possible. You probably can't even see that I've put anything on there at all. Right. Now, regular viewers know what I'm about to say. If this is the first time you're watching me, you won't do. Now, when I look straight ahead, you can see all of my mobile lid. By that I mean the bit that moves when you close your eyes. So I don't have a hooded lid. So when I'm following a tutorial, I can follow pretty much any tutorial because my crease colour, I just literally follow my physical eyeball. If you don't see all of your mobile lid, you might only see half, you might see none of it. You've then either got a half or a full hooded lid. It doesn't mean you can't follow mine or anybody else's tutorials for that matter. You just need to get a pencil brush like this, and with your eye open, just sketch where you need your crease to start from. It literally just means moving the crease from when your eyes are shut and it, I can't really, if I do that, so you know, if you can't see the lid there, just literally means moving it up so that you can actually see where the the crease colour is and it doesn't get hidden in the folds of your eyelid. You may want to use a slightly smaller brush because obviously it will reduce the amount of space here to play with. I'm lucky, I've got quite deep set eyes, so it means I've got a lot here to play with. I have got my colour switch for changing colours as always. So, without further ado, let's try Maxine's palette. I'm going to go into Ash to start off with, which is a nice neutral, well I say neutral, it's actually a cool taupey brown. Just going to run that across the crease like a windscreen wiper. Pick up a wee bit more colour, tap off the excess, and then just twirl it like a sycamore leaf in one direction, and then lifting the brush up slightly and reverse the direction to come back. And this way, if you've got older eyelids like me, which move, or if you've lost a lot of weight, which I also have, you know, you could be in your 20s and have moving eyelids if you've lost a significant amount of weight, or just genetically you might have quite loose skin on your eyes. By doing the windscreen wiper to start with and then twirling it backwards and forwards, and then I normally take it up to about 5 or 6 mil, or about a brush width from the bottom of my brow. Once I get it to there, I then just very lightly, very short, backwards and forwards windscreen wipers, just to make sure the blend is seamless and there's no errant bits of skin that's folded over on itself and not taken the colour. Okay, and now I'm going to repeat it on the other eye. I'm not the sort of beauty channel that speeds my tutorials up, because I don't want you to have to keep pausing to try and catch up with me, or, you know, oh, I've done this and now I'm going to go off camera and do the other eye, so you then have to rewind it and copy the same thing. I don't do that. It makes my videos a bit longer, but it means you have a more accurate idea of how long it's going to take you to actually put the makeup on, and if you just want an overview, you can always speed me up. I do look like a chicken and sound like I'm on helium if you do that, but that's sometimes worth it just for the fun. So as you can see, just repeating exactly the same thing on this eye. How's your day been? Are you at the start of your day, or are you at the end of your day? Or are you doing sneaky and watch me on your lunch hour? I hope your day is going well, or has gone well, or will go well. This is blended out really nicely, and you know, there's negligible if any fallout. It does kick up quite a bit in the pan, as you can see, but providing you tap your brush off, you don't really get any noticeable fallout. That might be different when we get to the darker shades. We'll see when we get there. Right, cleaning the brush off. Ooh, choices, choices, choices. I think I might do quite a dramatic eye. Right, I'm going to go into Smoke on the bottom row with the same big fluffy brush, and I'm going to start very similarly in that I'm going to run it along my crease, but I'm not going to add any more colour to it this time, and I'm not going to run the twirling as high up my eye as I did before. I'm going to try and concentrate it on the lower half of my lid. Just to add a little bit of depth to the look. Once I'm happy with the amount of colour I've built up, I'm going to use the colour switch to take the colour off of the brush, and then I'm going to hold the brush right at the very end, so I'm using Featherlight Touch. And I'm literally just going to blend where the two meet, just gently up and down, because I'm not doing a cut crease today. So I want a nice seamless blend between the two. And you can see the difference there that's made just by adding that little bit of darker brown. So now let's repeat it on this side. Hubby's all excited. He's off over the bank holiday weekend. He's going camping with his brother and one of his mates, and his mate's taking his son. It's like a boys' weekend, going down to Cheddar. So no doubt he's going to come back with various cheeses and ciders for me to try. So I've got a bit of a girly weekend actually. I've got my mate Sophie who does my nails. She's going to come over and see me on a Sunday, and we're going to play with all my new makeup. I know she wants to get her hands on blood sugar and try that. And I think she wants to try this cake mix foundation as well, because she's heard me raving on and on and on about it. It still hasn't been released over here yet in the UK, which is a little bit frustrating for everybody else who's seen my review. But according to their Twitter, it is coming to the UK soon, so hopefully not too much longer to wait. Keep an eye on places like QVC, because they've got quite a bit of Beauty Bakery stuff in, and when the foundation first comes over, QVC might have some, it might be their today's special value. They might have a bit of special pricings deal on it or something. As you can see, I'm having more issues with this one getting the blend to go right, but I think that's me more than the shadow itself, because obviously it blended this side without any issue. I do sometimes have issue with this eyelid, where it doesn't seem to want to blend as well. But it is blending. I mean, it's just taking me a little bit longer, that's all. Probably because I'm getting distracted. Thinking about all that cider and cheese the hubby's going to bring back. Ooh, I love trying out different cheeses. It's so funny though, because he's asked, can I do some Welsh rarebit that he can take with him so that the boys can have grilled Welsh rarebit. So I should be making some of that up, but I should be holding some back for me and Soph to have Welsh rarebit for our lunch on Sunday. And before you say anything, Welsh rarebit is not just cheese on toast with Worcester sauce on it. That's not proper rarebit. I mean, there is a traditional base rarebit, which is eggs, beer, mustard and cheese. But pretty much every family that I know, every Welsh family I know, has got a different recipe, and certainly our recipe's changed over the years. I mean, I've changed the one that my nan taught my mum taught me, and I've put some changes into it. Mum made a change because she didn't like mustard, so she took mustard out and substituted it with different sauces instead. And I've just kind of tweaked that a little bit as well. So everyone who tries my rarebit is like, oh my god, this isn't just cheese on toast with Worcester sauce, is it? How did I get on to talking about Welsh rarebit when I'm meant to be talking about a palette? Seriously. Right. I'm going to use a slightly thinner, more tapered brush. This is a Real Techniques base shadow brush. And I'm going to go into Petal. And I'm going to pick some colour up, and I'm just going to stamp it on this corner here. Actually, I might use a pencil brush just to make sure I can get it right to my lashes, because my lashes on the corner here curl up quite a bit. And I do sometimes have trouble when I'm stamping colour on getting it right down to the lashes. So I'm just going to use a pencil brush to assist me in my task. And then go back to my Real Techniques brush. I'm just going to sweep that through the crease to warm that up a little bit. Just fluff the edge a little bit here, and then give it a bit of a wiggle to blend that purple out. And I'm literally just keeping it on the crease, I'm not taking it up from the crease at all. And sometimes it does help if you tip your head back for this one. Just keep it in the crease and keep it nicely blended. See? I'm liking this. Purples and burgundies are some of the most difficult, and blues are some of the most difficult colours to formulate and get them non-patchy. And that's gone on really well. There was no patchiness there at all. I was really impressed with that. So let's repeat on the other side. Giving it a bit of a waggle. A little waggle on our top lid and wiggle on our bottom one. If you're wondering why I'm doing this eye slightly differently, in that I'm actually closing this eye, it's because I'm blinding this one. So if I close this eye, I really can't see what I'm doing. So you'll see two techniques with me: one where I close my eye, this side, and one where I don't, on this side. And if I do my liner on camera, you'll be able to see two different ways that I do my liner. If I don't do my liner on camera, I have got a couple of get ready with me's where I do my liner on camera, and I've also got a mini tutorial showing you how I do my wing liner. So if you just want to see how to do a wing liner, there's a tutorial for that. I've just filmed the how to work out your eyebrow shape. I need to film how to put false eyelashes on, but at the moment my eyes are watering so much with the hay fever. It's just, there's no point in me even trying, because I know that it's going to be a nightmare trying to get them to stick on. So I might carry that go a little bit further along the lid just there. I'm really liking how these are blending together. Really pretty. Right, I'm going to get a flat brush like this, and hay fever. This is why I never have any foundation on my nose at the end of the day. Well, that and the fact that the oils on my nose break it down. I think I'm going to go into Orchid on the bottom row. Just right up under the lashes and give it a bit of a wiggle. You can see, whereas the colour on the lid is more of a magenta purple, this is a proper violet, sort of blueberry purple. It's the kind of colour that Violet Beauregarde went in the original Willy Wonka film. Jean as Willy Wonka and not Johnny Depp. I always flinch with this eye because where I'm blinding it, I never know whether I'm going to poke myself in the eye or not. That's gone on nicely. I'm going to get this packer brush and I'm going to pick up I think I'll pick up a little bit of ash, which was the first transition shade that I used, just on the tip of the bristles there, look. Like that. And just smudge it along that purple that we've just laid down. Sorry, just turn my phone off. Well, sound off anyway. Smudge it along that purple just to soften the look a little bit and blend it out. That's nice. And now I'm going to go into Crystal in the middle row. And initially I'm going to put this on dry. Wow, that still packs a punch with a dry brush. I'm just going to add this to the 2/3 of the lid, which has no colour at the moment. I really like that. That's a really nice, soft, not dissimilar actually to some of the looks that I've done with the Modern Renaissance. So if you can't afford Modern Renaissance, this palette was a tenner from Makeup Rev, or Revolution Makeup as they are now. And it has the benefit of being a perfect palette for travelling with. In fact, I think I might take this palette when I go down to my brother's wedding later this year. Nice. Now I'm going to go back in with this fluffy brush and just pick up a little bit of petal again. I'm just going to buff over where crystal meets petal on both eyes, because as I said, this is not a cut crease, and I'm not going to wet the brush this time because I actually quite like how that looks. You can of course wet the brush if you want, which will intensify the colour of the foiled shadows, but I really like this. Right, let's pick up some of this Pure Glow baked highlighter and pop that up under the brow bone there. And the same this side. It's not quite as blinding as the highlights that I usually wear, but I will see if we can build it up on the face. But if you're not a blinding highlight sort of person, I mean, this would be great for work. This would be a great work palette. Zoom you out a wee bit. Yeah, this is actually quite a natural sort of glow from within highlight. But let's see how much it can be built up, because you know me and my highlights, I don't do subtle. What do you think? Again, I don't think this would work for much deeper than a medium skin tone. I think this would be a bit ashy. Once you get onto the deeper skin tones, Right, I am going to go off camera and I'm going to put some eyeliner and some mascara on, and I will be straight back. And I'm back. I tried out a new Revolution Pro Supreme dip liner today in white. Just for a change. I use my Tarte waterproof Lights Camera Splashes mascara, and I use one of these Tarte lip sculptors, which I love these. Although I'm on a Tarte embargo, I'm so glad that I bought these before I self-embargoed myself. It's got a lip gloss at one end, at the other end it's got the lipstick, which I'm currently wearing. And I have sprayed hyaluronic fix pretty much everywhere to hold this in place. So, what are my final thoughts on this palette? Is it worth buying? Yes. The only thing that kind of let me down, so to speak, was the fact that the highlighter is a lot more natural than the kind of blinding look that I usually go for. But that's no bad thing. I mean, you know, the majority of people don't have cheeks that glow like a glitter ball on, you know, or look like Blackpool illuminations when you go past them. So, you know, it certainly is. It gives a really lovely natural glow from within glow. So if that's what you like, then there's nothing in there that you're going to dislike. If, like me, you prefer more of a brighter highlight, then you know you're just going to need to supplement it with another highlight. But in terms of base products and you know how the shadows blended, I really like this. So that's a 9 out of 10 for me, simply because the highlight isn't as blinding as I usually wear mine. So I hope you found this helpful. If you did, perhaps you'd like to hit that like button, comment, share the video, subscribe. If you do subscribe, hit that bell, because otherwise YouTube won't tell you when I upload another one of these wonderful videos. So I hope the rest of your day is fabulous. Bye for now.